Welcome back to the Press Start to Play podcast, and we're going to get into our classic critique of the week. It's a little Mega Man 3.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of the bigger Mega Man games, or at least the ones that don't get talked about. But I think it's still quality. I don't know if you've ever played this. Have you played Mega Man in your past, or are you just playing them now?
Okay, now you want to know my backstory.
Yeah, let me hear about this.
When I was young, I was playing Mega Man on the Super Nintendo, so like the Mega Man X series.
Okay.
That's what I was playing. It's really like a few years ago when the Mega Man collection for the NES collection came out on Xbox, PS2, and GameCube. I got it on GameCube. It's there. So my first Mega Man was the Mega Man 1. And that made me a better gamer. I know that most people don't like it because it was hard, but for me the game was not really hard on GameCube because the buttons were
reversed,
They were reversed. So jumping were shooting and shooting were jumping, so it didn't work. But I grind that and I finally finished the game. So that's why.
So were you able to finish all the Mega Man on the GameCube version? Or?
After the one, I was like, okay, I'm done. I played a little bit of the second one, but it's mostly the one the most memorable for me. But now we play the third one.
So you basically didn't have any memories of the third?
No.
Okay.
No, it's more like if we do a Super Nintendo one day. Now we will.
Mega Man X series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of the X also. I think that was probably the first series where I was aware of Mega Man as a whole, because I've played the 1 and the 2. I think I've played all of them on the Nintendo when I was younger, but I was too young to appreciate what was happening, and obviously it's a very hard game, so if you don't die in the first enemy that you have to face, then you're probably going to die on the next 7. So it's not an easy game, especially when you're younger and you're not really appreciating games for what it is, you're just playing them for fun.
For me, it's the box hard.
Yeah?
Well, let's say we talk about the Super Nintendo, I was looking at it and it didn't interesting me. It's just like each time I was going to my friends, I was like, all my friends were playing a Mega Man X, the 2, the third one, whatever they were playing. So that's how I learned Mega Man. So after I started playing and I already knew a few secrets because I still saw those person playing it, that's how I got love for Mega Man.
Mega Love.
Alright,
so on to
the series.
So the third one is one that people usually overlook. I don't know why people overlook it.
I think there's too many, first of all.
Yeah, I think it's because the 1 and the 2 were so good that the rest in the series get the second person treatment where it's like, it's not really the best, so we don't need to talk about it.
Especially when it's really hard and you have to learn again another game. You just want to play the first and the second again, just because now you know what to do.
Yeah,
maybe that's why. And you're still gonna get your fun. Good soundtrack, good gameplay also.
Definitely. Yeah, I find the controls are really, really tight on this game, which is what you need. Because when you play this game, it doesn't feel like the game's cheating. It just feels like you're not good enough, and that's the kind of reaction or feeling that we don't get a lot from games these days.
It's true.
We get a lot more of, oh, this game is not well made, therefore it's not letting me do what I can do.
No, Mega Man feels like it's well made. You just like, okay, that's how they program the enemies. Now you learn the pattern, how to do it. Yeah. And after like, you're free man.
Exactly. I mean, it's a fun game. I think it's a little harder to pick up and play if you're not a Mega Man aficionado. Like, if you've never played Mega Man, and like tomorrow it's going to be on the Xbox Live Arcade, which
it is tomorrow, as we are recording now.
It is tomorrow. Assumably, even the Wii has a big casual market. I think it might get overlooked on the Wii just because it's not the crowd to be playing Mega Man at this time.
Especially if you never played the NES series, because people are going to start playing this game and they're going to die after the first and second screen and they're going to say, this is a bad game.
Exactly.
That's what's going to happen for certain gamers, for a certain crowd, especially the young people, I believe.
Yeah, who've never ever heard of Mega Man other than the Battle
Network. If they played
garbage.
Mega Man on the PS2. You know, with the better graphics and everything,
yeah,
it's going to be a huge change.
It's a big jump back for them, and to a lot of the
But I find it the best. It's the
well,
best
that's
of the
it. Yeah,
series.
exactly.
It's so fun.
It is really fun.
But as you said, now you played a little bit on the PS3. I find it's very good. Like the enemies, it's like this game was made 20 years ago, but now it's released.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I'm very excited. But it's true, we didn't have the time to see the boss, so probably gonna die tomorrow there.
I would have liked to see a little bit of how the boss felt. But back to the...
It's almost like an RPG, Mega Man.
How do you figure?
Sorry to cut you out. It's almost like an RPG because you have to figure out yourself, especially when you're young, and you have to figure out which boss to do because you get a special weapon, and that special weapon is gonna help you for the next boss. That's why not an RPG, but you understand.
Yeah, at first there was logic behind it. In Mega Man 1, there's a logic between which enemy could technically defeat which other enemy.
I found that by myself. No game fact. I was proud.
There was no game facts back in the 1990s.
No, but especially when I played this one on the GameCube one, I wanted to grind myself.
Really?
And I did.
Ouch.
That's why I didn't play the others.
So it's like you have to almost think about it. And then after the second one, which is the third, there was no logic as to who beats who. I mean, in the third, the first guy you fight is Top Man because he's one of the easier one, or you could fight Hard Man or Magnet Man. And then Top Man can apparently beat Shadow Man, which is kind of weird because nothing makes sense as to why this one can beat that one. So if you didn't already know that, then you would have to pretty much try all the combinations until you could eventually do it with just your Mega Buster or a combination Mega Buster and a move of sorts.
Mega Busters are for bosses.
Some bosses.
Some bosses.
So who's your favorite boss in the third one? Or at least the one you can remember the most?
I can remember the most. Maybe the one which is very big and then his armor suit.
Yeah, Hard Man?
Hard Man, yeah. Why, I don't know. But I was able to beat him with the Mega Buster. But I don't remember, especially, I'm not a big fan of the bosses. It's more about the levels because they all feel different. That's why I remember the most. Because they all have their enemies, like the Magnet Man. You have the magnet in the air. That's what my feeling I have. That's why I like the most. I don't know, maybe you prefer some bosses.
I think I prefer the bosses over the levels.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, a lot of the levels, like maybe 6 out of 8, will have something that just doesn't match the feeling of the boss. I'll give you an example. Snake Man, which is obviously a snake. You'll start off with a very green background, and there'll be different snake